Hello? Do you know what my latest obsession is? No, don't say a word. We'll cover it shortly.
This is the review for the board game Obsession, the good and bad about it.
By the end of this video, you will know if you should be obsessed about this game.
We have 6 fancy questions that we will answer in this video, but before we do that, Giannis, what is this game Obsession all about?
In Obsession, you are the head of the family that is broke, has some servants, have no friends. So, you know, it starts on a very high note. What you're trying to do is you're trying to build up your reputation, obviously get the money, know the right people to invite them to all kinds of gatherings and parties. Just have a fancy, brilliant time.
You play as this family, and as you said, get more and more people into your inner circle, and by doing that you score points, and it comes from money, from the rooms, from the parties, from all the events that you build up in the game. And when all the 15 rounds end, then whoever has the most points wins the game. When it's your turn, you essentially can pass, which means you can get back all of your cards, or you can choose and do one of the events. And these events depend on the rooms you have built. The more you progress in the game, the more rooms you have, the more kinds of events you can make. Essentially, you just pick one event, you go there, invite family members there, invite other people, and these people will give you resources, some benefits.
Isn't that what happens when you invite friends over to a party?
Yeah.
They give you reputation, they give you money, they know other people that you might invite to other parties.
And when you have finished up the event, you can buy new rooms and build new rooms from all the resources that you gathered. But there is one very important thing. To make these events and play these cards, you have to do what?
Play servants?
You have to fulfill their requirements, because there are very fancy people, and some people might not come to your party unless they have very individual service.
Or your reputation's too low. Nobody comes to my parties. Well, there's always family members that will always attend. And then just discard your cards and remove the event.
Does this count as a party game, if it's all about parties?
Yeah.
I was expecting answer no. This is not a party game.
Well, sir, might be a Euro game for you. 'Tis a party game for me. Well, let's just move on to the next question. Who would you get this for?
Who would you get this for? 3, 2, 1. Fancy Eurogamers.
Which way to Downton Abbey?
One of the strongest parts of this game is the theme, fanciness. And the other thing is, it's really a Euro game. You get resources, you try to get money. So if you want to feel fancy like Giannis does, then this will be for you.
The theme is the thing. I mean, if you watch Downton Abbey and you want to game in that genre, and I think the author created it because there was no such a game, so guess what, now there is a game that is kind of like Downton Abbey. What's the best 3 things about this game? My third best thing about this game is going to be the card management, or should I say friend and family management. You have some cards in the beginning of the game, and you can play those, you invite them to your events, and then they give you rewards. And then you can get more cards, but each time you invite to the events, they go into your discard pile, and to get them back, you have to pass. And some of those cards are going to be really good, and some of those cards are going to be okay. Just figuring out when to play it and when to pass to maybe get those cards back and play them, or maybe save them for an event, because some events let you invite only 2 people and other ones let you invite 5 people. Man, I really like that part of the game. Just figuring out which cards, when to play, and when to hold on for a bigger payout.
Talking about cards, but different kind of cards, objective cards. One thing and mechanism that I really enjoy, at the beginning of the game you get 5 objective cards, and they say if at the end of the game you will have these 2 specific rooms, you get extra 9 points. And 9 points is a lot. And that gives you directions where you want to go at the beginning of the game, and it's lovely. But as the game progresses, you have to discard your objective cards one by one, and at the end you will have just 1 or 2, depending on the situation, and you never know which ones you will be able to fulfill in this game.
And then it kind of brings me into the second thing, which is like drinking tea. So this game, for me, is super relaxing. Just generally, this game has a lot of random. I find it very relaxing. I don't know which tiles are gonna come up. I don't know which guests I'm gonna get. There's so much random in this game that I can just relax and just enjoy the ride. Very relaxed Euro experience.
My next thing is rooms, and I really like how rooms and events happen in this game, because you have these 5 at the beginning. All the actions you can do is in front of you, and these 5 you can go there and do them. But each turn you can buy new rooms, which will give you points, and not just points, there are future actions. To host an event, you have to have enough prestige, and it's always this risk. Should I buy this highly prestigious event and room before, or just risk it and keep it there because I won't be able to use it?
Each of those rooms has an opposite side, which sometimes improves the event. Well, most of the time it improves and gives you more points. So you want to kind of do that event to flip it to the other side, so it's much more stronger and more valuable at the end of the game. So my best thing about this game by far, it's the theme. And there's so many flavor texts that just make this game pop for me. What did you play there? Oh, it's funny. Gives you a lot of money, but bad reputation because he's that and that and that.
My first one and the best one is cards. All that you said, I think the cards give this game personality. Also the rooms and the events that happen makes it like a fancy game. But actually the cards and the flavor text that you just mentioned is what gives them life. There's one lovely lady that gives you only bonuses if she goes to a party with like a high prestigious gentleman. Funny what at that time was important to people. Gives these flavors and you feel like I'm really playing this family with all these prerequisites, very important things.
Let's talk about why this game might not be for them. Yeah, go ahead.
He was right.
Lord Random.
There's so much randomness here. Almost all the things that you do will at some point feel random, because whenever you get like prestige and get new people because of it, you never know what kind of people you will get. Yeah. And sometimes those people give you minus points. Sometimes they give you such a huge pile of money that you feel like I already have won. Of course, there are some bad things to those really powerful cards, but they mostly don't matter. Sometimes you will get objective cards that are like, oh, I already have this. Sometimes you will get objective cards that I will never do this.
My next one is going to be Duke Rulebook. This game does not have the best rulebook because it feels like everything's everywhere and nowhere. It's very hard to find things and to read the rulebook generally. I mean, the game essentially is super simple. The rulebook makes you feel like it's heavy.
Next thing is the theme.
Where is it? Oh. Lady theme.
You have Duke Rulebook and Lady Theme.
Yes. And Lord Random.
The theme is very strong in this one. It's really hard, for example, for me to find somebody who will look at this game and feel like, this? Yeah, I'm up for it already for the theme, and it's quite a hard sell for me. My last thing is maybe here.
Okay.
But the downtime. There's not a lot of things to do, but it feels that there's a lot of decisions that you have to make, and sometimes all the guests have like those pre-requirements to play them, and sometimes people forget about them. They kind of, okay, I'll do this, I can't do that, sorry. Okay, so I back, yes, so
I have Earl solo here. I did not enjoy it as much solo what I thought I would, because I didn't have anyone to share the stories with. But 3, sweet spot for me at least. So how long is the honeymoon?
3, 2, 1. The cards will tell.
Like good tea. ...
The cards will tell, because as I said previously, cards is the life of this game. If you like the flavor text on those cards, if you like the theme that comes through those cards,
I do.
Then I think the cards will tell you that, hey, the honeymoon is quite okay, quite long. If that's not enough for you, then the honeymoon will be a lot shorter than, you know, other Euro games probably.
There are many unique things in this game. I haven't seen this system anywhere. I like this game a lot. We'll see how a lot or not. Just like good tea, I don't drink it too often, but I wish I did. What's the best alternative?
3, 2, 1. Tiletum.
Dungeon Pets. You know why? So there's a ton of random, right?
Yeah,
but it has theme and it emerges. Okay. This gets sick and you have to take care of this animal because it looks sickly, and then you have to show it off in the pet show. But I feel like it's the same kind of, not super accessible Euro, but random Euro, but with a theme Euro.
So basically, it's not really for gamers, but it's also not for
really.
family games.
Yes. It's that middle
Yeah, I can see that. I chose Tiletum because the theme. The only thing you need to know about Tiletum basically is the very unique action selection system, where at your turn there's a bunch of dice rolled on the table and you just have to pick one of them. If you pick up a die with number 1 on it, you just get 1 resource, but can do up to 6 actions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, sirs, ladies, what's the final rating?
2, 1, okay.
It's fancy-tastic.
It's fantastic. I knew it!
What? Really?
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this game. I am. I find it really appealing, even though the theme. I've watched Downton Abbey. I enjoyed it. Mostly, I wanted to get my hands on this because of all the good reviews, and I see why people like this game. I like it for the same reasons, because of the theme, these little mechanisms that are nowhere else. Again, Fantastic is only with 3 players.
So for me, it's okay. The first time I played it, when I went through the flavor texts and, you know, had a really blast. And
You played it with me the first time.
That's also true. A good company is always something that...
That's actually, yeah, we didn't mention it. This will super depend on people you play with.
I thought at that point it's like really good. But the more I played it, it kind of dried out. Those flavor texts weren't that funny anymore. Overall, it's quite okay. Do I want to play this game? I will say, what's the alternative? Nothing good? Alright.
Tiletum's the alternative.
I'll play Tiletum.
What you're saying is this needs a lot of event cards and dice rolling.
Even more randomness? No, it does not need that, and you know it doesn't. And that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and be sure to support us on Patreon.